On 6th January 2021, Immaculate Onebe went to buy groceries outside their home in Munyonyo, a Kampala suburb. Footage from security cameras mounted on the premises of their neighbors and the petrol station shows her walking back home at around after 8 p.m. with a polythene bag. At 10 p.m., her husband Francis Onebe reported that his wife Immaculate Onebe was missing and was suspected to have been kidnapped.
At this point where I'm standing, there was a lady covering her head waiting for her. Immediately she came. Then when she reached here, the lady got hold of her, and there was a drone that came and picked her, and they took her off. From that time up to now, which is over 1.5 months, I've not yet seen my wife.
However, police suspects this could have been a diversionary assumption.
You know, the narrative was the late came home, brought food, and went back. We didn't suspect that what was being told to us at first was a lie. And the narrative was that this woman was kidnapped. For starters, we thought we would pursue that line of kidnap and have her rescued.
A day after Immaculate was reported missing, the security guard disappeared and police started hunting for him on suspicion that he knew something about Immaculate's alleged kidnap.
This man comes from Kabramaido. His known place of abode was known. We went there. Yes, the people of Kabramaido confirmed that yes, he had come mysteriously, and he had also again mysteriously disappeared from that place. So it gives us leads on the destiny of our case. But now such kind of movement, you know, either directly or inadvertently, may provide us with some scientific evidence.
A file of alleged kidnap was opened at Kabalagala police station and investigations commenced. However, they did not yield much and the file was transferred to SID in Chireka. It is said that the recent transfers snarled the investigations. Because the case was lacking, the Chieftaincy of Military Intelligence CMI also piqued interest in the matter and requested for a copy of the file. Still, they did not discover much. 8 months later, the security guard at Onebe's home, who had been missing, mysteriously appeared and was found hiding in a latrine by another guard who was on duty at the time. The guard also allegedly said he had come to pick his salary, but questions persist on what he was doing hiding in the latrine until midday, if he had been dropped by his alleged kidnappers. One line of questioning saw the guard claiming that he may have been dropped off at night in a home where he is not a stranger.
Apparently he climbed the perimeter wall and hid in a pit latrine for reasonable hours until he was got. And of course on interrogation he has his other story. But you see, the conduct of a suspect before, during and after creates a very good environment for an investigator to take a route that can easily, identify the scientific evidence.
The file of the missing Immaculate was recalled to the CIID headquarters from the Special Investigations Department on Thursday last week for further conferencing with other detectives, and on Friday, Onebe was summoned to police to answer a few questions. On Thursday, police went to Onebe's home and conducted a search during which they discovered a decomposing body believed to be for Immaculate. This is the temporary structure erected above the septic tank. It is suspected that the body was pushed into the septic tank while she was unconscious.
The body was found in a septic tank, lying facing up, with the hands spread, but with the legs folded as if like somebody was struggling for dear life.
Did Mr. Francis Onebe look shocked at the time of that discovery of the body?
Shock is not a mere expression of how somebody frowns or not frowning his face. It's an emotional thing that is instigated by a reflex action. which I cannot really ascertain. But conspicuously, and you would see that yes, he's shocked that the body is in the septic tank. But as regards whether it was cosmetic or real, that is science. I can't ascertain that.
To help identify the body, blood was drawn from Immaculate's daughter, and a DNA test will be conducted to ascertain if she was her mother and the wife to Onebe. On Thursday, police arrested Onebe after discovering the body from the septic tank. On the fateful night in January 2021, when Immaculate Onebe went to buy groceries outside her residence here in Munyonyo and then went missing, it's not clear whether she met her assailant at her residence or she was killed from somewhere and then the body brought to her home and dumped into the septic tank. When you look at the neighborhood, you see only one side of the house that has a blind spot where someone can pass without being noticed, which is like almost 100 meters from Dr. Kagwa Lane that connects the residence from the Munyonyo main road. The rest of the neighborhood has perimeter walls, making it hard for someone to carry a body and dump into their compound.
If the body was brought, it would pass through the gate, just one gate. There is no record whatsoever, and even from the own admission of the husband, that there are people who have ever come with suspicious substance and dropped in a septic tank. 2, the septic tank is not in a position that is easily accessible. But also most tricky, that there was a temporal structure that was built on top of the septic tank. I wouldn't love to make a conclusion, but there are all grounds to believe that this was an inside job.
Some of the people who were present at the time the body was discovered said the body was not smelling, something which also raises questions. It is believed that Onebe wedded Immaculate years after divorcing his first wife. There are allegations that Onebe's relationship with Immaculate had gone sour after he reportedly started a new affair with his first wife.
A source has told us that before the incident happened, there was a meeting between family members. That was Francis Onebe and Immaculate Onebe, plus some sisters of hers and other relatives from the husband. And then that there was a family wrangle, and in which during that time Onebe was furious about what was going on. Is that true?
Those are all theories we have received, true. We have also received that source. And like I indicated to you, often such theories come and they analyze it. We have also tried to analyze that theory. But whatever theory we analyze, our emphasis and our destiny should be, can it therefore produce scientific evidence?
It is said that Francis Onebe had not been staying in his marital home in Munyonyo and had relocated to Muyenga as he was feeling tormented.
Is it true?
You know, some of those things constitute evidence. I may not really share much, but whatever the police officers have found, the character before, during and after, once analyzed, you know, it may not even matter whether it's him to tell us. It's what we find out that we sieve and ultimately endeavor to establish what constitutes evidence.
But could there be other people who were staying with him when Immaculate went missing?
What we have been able to establish, though it is still work in progress, was that the family was occupied by the late Immaculate, the husband Francis, and then this Askari, and that the Askari was helping them in some, apart from doing the security work, he was also equally helping them in some other domestic matters.
Why did it take about 8 months or 9 for the police to conduct such a search in a compound, knowing that there has been such kind of murders previously where bodies are dumped in septic tanks?
For organized crimes, criminals deliberately create an environment that may divert the investigations.
Immaculate Onebe and her husband together run a security company called Pentagon Security Limited, believed to be one of the biggest private security companies, employing over 2,000 guards. There are cars parked in their compound, but it is alleged that Immaculate always used border borders. It is not clear whether this was her choice or due to frustration. After he was summoned at CIID headquarters on Friday, a source privy to CIID revealed that at the time of his arrest, Onebe had applied for a visa and was flying out of the country on Wednesday before he was picked up on Thursday. Sudil Biarhanga, NTV.